Excellent. Without further ado, I will introduce our first act of the evening. He was when we first started doing this night in April, he was the first ever act to come onto this stage and he absolutely killed it, got the evening off to an amazing start. He's like a local promoter and he also does a few, he's just had a chat with me before saying don't make a big thing. So I'll just let his comedy do the talking, ladies and gentlemen. I'll welcome to the stage the brilliant Matt Roseblade!
Good evening, that was a fuck of a lot of instructions, wasn't it? Fuck. Does this work?
Yeah. Should be a switch.
He fucking turned it off. What a prick. Movember. Anyone doing Movember? No, I am not doing Movember, not after last time. Last time I grew a big ginger handlebar moustache, and contrary to the evidence presented by this, I looked fucking amazing. But I took it too far, I always do. I took it too far. I bought some wax and I spiked up the end of the moustache and it pushed me well over the acceptable limits of bellendery. And the moustache had to go, but I didn't want to waste the wax because it was really expensive. So I used that wax, I reused it, I put it to good use, I used it to spike up every single pubic hair on my testicles. Until my bollocks looked like a pair of sea urchins. And I am now banned from every aquarium in the country. Well, it's got us off to a nice start because I wasn't sure. The first act on, you never know what to talk about, and I figured if I talk about my spiky bollocks, you're either going to love them, like I do, or not. So, autumn is with us, and you live in a rural community. You like autumn? Really? Oh, man. Autumn just ponces around at the arse end of the year with its mellow fruitfulness bollocks. Autumn is just stuff turning orange and then killing it. And until it kills something significant, famous and orange, it can go and fuck itself. Spring. Spring is the proper season. I love spring. Who likes spring? Yeah, spring in Wickham is lovely. All the leaves coming out, all the new life spurting forth. That's a deeply unpleasant mental image. Doesn't matter. I love everything about spring except for tomcats. Fucking hate tomcats because we got lady cats. And the tomcats, they come in. Hello, lady cats. But our lady cats, they've been spayed or neutered or whatever you call it when you sew their fannies up. Well, I'm not a vet. And then in a fit of sexual frustration, the tomcats spray pissy musk all over my kitchen cabinets, fuckers. I love my cats. Are we any cat people in? Dog people? Pet people? Do we love pets? Yes. I love my pets. I love my cats. I mean, I not always. Quite recently, they brought in a dead bird, a live rat, and a £800 vet bill. Whiskery pricks. And I do love pets. I wish I could have more pets. I love them, but objectively, pets are a bit shit. Yeah, I've lost the room. But they're not great return on investment. You spend a lot of money, a lot of emotion, a lot of love on your pets, and they just ignore you most of the time, except dogs, but onto them later. I'm not doing very well at justifying why pets are a bit shit. I love them, but and they do give a lot of comfort, especially lonely, unhappy people. Pets give a lot of comfort, but so does wanking. And unless your wanking is particularly specialist, you're unlikely to end up with your garden covered in shit. A lot of my people, they're getting dogs now, and I love dogs, but my friends are getting their dogs because their children are grown up and they need something in the house that's needy and loves them and smashes the place up and shits everywhere. And I get it. I love dogs, but I couldn't have anything. I couldn't have a dog. Couldn't have anything in the house that can lick its own testicles, because the jealousy would destroy me. Although, ladies and gentlemen, I am 59 years old. I'm getting on a bit, they're getting down a bit, even with the spikes holding them back. And I reckon I am probably only a birthday or two away from being able to get that first longed for, salty, bristly, a little bit kebabby. That first longed for lick. That's got to be one of the best things about getting old. That and having somebody else wiping your ass. That's got to be the best thing. Anybody else has that? Anybody else wish for that? Anybody? Yes, hand went up there from the man who wasn't smiling until I say having somebody else to wipe your ass. Now he's on board now. And who are you with, sir?
It won't be me.
It won't be you. We're both disappointed now, aren't we, sir? Where am I going with this? Oh yes, pets. I do love all pets, but the only pet that I feel is worth its weight in gold and more is the hamster. The king of pets. Let's hear it for hamsters. Yay! Man at the back nodding vigorously, possibly for reason number 2, but we're going to come on to the 3 reasons why. There are 3 reasons why hamsters are the best pets. The first one is that every single hamster on the planet is descended from one family of hamsters caught in the Syrian desert in 1928, which is a gene pool smaller than Waterlooville. Should I have picked on Waterlooville? I normally say Wickham, but I thought that'd be risky. Reason number 2, and possibly the reason for this man's enthusiasm, that if you bribe a hamster with sweet treats and nuts and stuff and get it up your arse, it will take you to sexual nirvana, apparently. Is that a fact? That's not, okay. That's not the one you're on about. How was I to know? He looks the sort. And reason number 3, hamsters die really easily. And now I realise that's not a good thing for the hamster, but as a parent, it's really handy that the hamster's death introduces your young children to death. It helps them understand, it helps them learn to grieve, it helps that when a loved relative dies, the child has already experienced that process. I'm really sorry, but Grandma has died, just like your hamster did. You didn't clean her out often enough. And she shat herself to death. Or I'm terribly sorry, but Grandpa died just like your hamster did, deep in a man's arse. So I just had to lower the tone because I'm now going to talk about the prince formerly known as Prince Andrew, or whatever his name is. I read recently that Andrew, on a taxpayer-funded trip to Bangkok, over 4 days he had 40 prostitutes sent to his room. 40 prostitutes in 4 days. That's more than most of us manage in a year. New Year's resolution, sir. Cut down. That's why you couldn't fist bump. Too tired. But it is nearly 2026. We shouldn't be using the phrase prostitutes. We should use the correct expression, which in this case is children. What? Are we letting Andrew off the hook? No, we are fucking not. No. Terrible man. Right, I am going to end on a high note because I have to go to Southampton to do all this again. Poor me. But I'm going to tell you a love story. You want for a love story?
Yes.
Because my wife and I, we have been together since we were teenagers.
Aww.
I know. And throughout that time, the music that I'm into is how we make love. Let me explain. Like, when we first got together as teenagers, I was really into punk. And when we fucked, it was just like a punk song. It's fast, energetic, vigorous. Lasted about 3 minutes. Quite a lot of spitting. And then I got into metal. And our sex life was just like metal. There was lots of leather, lots of studs, lots of... Yeah, now that story tends to split the room. Not just the room. Despite my appalling sexual technique, she decided that I was the one. I'd always known she was the one, but she decided that I was the one, and we got married, and we had children, and it was fabulous, and it was the best times of the life. It was just brilliant, but the sex was awful. And it was all my fault, because I got into prog rock, progressive rock music, and our sex was just like prog rock. It went on far too long, it was horrible to listen to, and always needed a very long solo to finish. But ladies and gentlemen, just recently, my wife and I have rediscovered the love, we have rediscovered the passion, we have rediscovered 90s warehouse rave. Because sex at 59 is just like 90s warehouse rave. Like, it only happens at weekends, it's often cancelled at very short notice by somebody dressed as a policewoman. But sex at 59 is most like a 90s warehouse rave, is because nothing really happens until the pills kick in. You've got a lovely night in front of you. I haven't. I'm going to Southampton. But thank you all very much, and I'll hand you back to Gavin.
Matt Roseley, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Matt.
Sorry, man.
Excellent stuff, excellent stuff. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and get our second act on of the evening. So I think this is the beauty of things like this. So we've got quite people that are regularly sort of like headlining and doing shows, and we've got people that are starting their comedy journey. And, you know,